You don't get a lot of gangster movies these days. This is one of the reasons why I was looking forward to The Irishman so much, and after that film delivered, and then some, I set my eyes on other potential mob films in the Hollywood pipeline. There isn't a lot, to be honest. There's an Italian movie called The Traitor that's supposed to be decent. Guy Ritchie seems to have gone back to making crime films. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Sylvester Stallone was supposed to play Gregory Scarpa in a biopic, but that seems to have fizzled away. There's the Sopranos prequel movie, and a few other films here and there. One such film I have been looking out for a while is Fonzo. This film will tell the story of legendary Chicago boss Al Capone at the age of 47 when he is in prison and starts suffering from dementia and his neurosyphilis drives him mad. He becomes haunted by his violent past, which is told through flashbacks. The film will star one of the biggest names in the business right now as Capone in Tom Hardy, and will be directed by the guy who gave us 2012's Chronicle, Josh Trank. Trank of course also directed the mega flop Fantastic Four, and there were major creative differences between him and the studio, and Trank ended up taking a lot of the heat for the film's failure. Whoever was at fault, there's no doubting that teaming up with Tom Hardy for a biopic of America's most famous gangster, if they get it right, will surely spark a major comeback for the filmmaker who hasn't released a new film in almost 5 years. Interestingly, this is Tom Hardy's second attempt at playing Capone. He previously was attached to a film called Cicero, where he would play the mob boss, and the movie would be directed by David Yates, most famous for the last couple of Harry Potter movies, but that project never took off. Hardy is no stranger to playing real-life gangsters, as he has also played the infamous Cray brothers and Charles Bronson. In October of 2016, it was announced that Hardy would play the role with Trank directing, but the film's original shooting schedule in 2017 was delayed because Hardy was busy filming Venom, so the film was pushed back to the summer of 2018. It's already finished filming. Trank and Hardy have shared many images of the film online, and the photos have sparked numerous debates online, some saying that Hardy is wrong for the role and others saying it will win him his first Oscar. There's also small snippets of information available on the film, such as, for example, the fact that Hardy based his Al Capone voice on Bugs Bunny, which I have covered in a previous video. With The Irishman being a mega hit and reminding everyone why they fell in love with gangster films, there's never been a better time to tackle a biopic of Al Capone. The film has talent, it has promise. It sounds like it's going to try to do something a little different, and there's plenty of reasons to look forward to it. There's just one problem. Where the heck is this film? It was supposed to be released this year, and in fact is one of the reasons, in addition to the likes of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Irishman and Gotti, that 2019 was called the return of the gangster genre. Gotti ended up being a flop, Tarantino's film wasn't really a gangster movie, which just left The Irishman standing, seeing as though Trank's film has seemingly gone AWOL. The last real news we had on the film was 7 months ago, when Josh Trank posted this message online. On Twitter he said, "Failure was a gift. It forced me to walk an honest path, and I'm way happier today than I ever was before. I have a film out later this year, starring Tom Hardy, called Fonzo that I wrote, directed and edited. We had so much fun making it, and it's my best work as a filmmaker." That would suggest the film is finished or near enough finished, and yet it was many months ago, and you'd think the film would be on course for a late in the year release around Oscar season, but there has been literally no news of its release since. I mean, they shot it, so it's surely going to come out one day, but the elongated silence on the picture is quite strange. There's no need to panic, of course. It could be the day after I make this video the movie's release date is announced. Filmmaking takes time, and who knows, they might be working on fine-tuning the details of the picture and it ends up being a masterpiece. The Irishman, for example, finished filming in March 2018, and then there was no real news as they edited and worked on the de-aging CGI, and there were even rumours that the film would be pushed back to 2020, but then a teaser trailer dropped in September 2019, and now the film is pretty much out there. But still, when you take into account Fantastic Four, and the rumours that Trank was on drugs and drunk on set, with his behaviour being described as combative by sources, not to mention the entire shoot was in general a disaster for many reasons, there's a reason fans are quizzical and worried about this upcoming picture. Thanks for watching.